Tyson Fury can do everything Usyk does, but he's a bigger version of him. Usyk may have a bit of smooth about his work, but a good bigger nose beat
a lot
a
of
good
feints, a
little.
lot of movement, tying him up. But the problem doing that against a volume puncher is, you've got to do a little bit more than just moving. So he may have to switch up his game plan at times, because Usyk has the ability to do that and does it very well during a fight.
I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time, and his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking.
Johnny Nelson has issued a stark warning to Oleksandr Usyk, suggesting he should think twice before accepting a third fight with Tyson Fury. But for anyone who's followed Usyk's career, the warning rings hollow. Usyk has already faced Fury twice and beaten him twice. Fury's mind games, roughhouse tactics, and ability...
Tyson Fury, he knows every angle of fighting, to box, to bash, to box dirty, to box clean, to psychologically get into a man a long time before the fight starts. But I don't doubt.
To bend the rules didn't work the first time, and they certainly didn't work the second. Usyk has proven himself superior to Fury both physically and mentally, mastering the art of neutralizing chaos with composure. The proof is written in boxing's history books. Even Joe Rogan, who once painted Fury as
him up, probably drives him nuts, and I bet you'll see an entirely different Tyson Fury in this next fight. In this next fight, you will see a focused
dominant
fucking assassin.
Yes.
But he's fighting the craftiest heavyweight maybe of all time.
Yeah.
Usyk, a focused assassin in a potential trilogy, openly praises Usyk's brilliance. Rogan calls him the sickest heavyweight ever, a statement that speaks volumes. Usyk has tamed the so-called Gypsy King twice. That's not luck, that's dominance. As Rogan put it, Slick beats Savage every single time.
Our generation by far, it has to be. He's beat everybody. He's literally beat everybody. You could say he's not beat Wilder. You could say it's Thomas, Sultacum, Parker. He's beat everybody. Daniel Dubois, for me, Daniel Dubois was poor tonight. I know we're not getting onto that yet, but he was poor tonight. But he's beat Fury twice. He's beat Joshua twice. He mopped up at cruiserweight. He's done it all. Yeah, there's nothing really much else.
In Usyk's case, Slick isn't just a style, it's his mindset. He's a chess player in a division full of brawlers. Dave Allen agrees, calling Usyk the best of our generation, full stop. And when you look at his resume, it's hard to argue. He's beaten Anthony Joshua twice, beaten Tyson Fury twice, become undisputed.
I think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed the actual feet down because down
cruiserweight and dismantled Daniel Dubois. There's no spin, no excuses, just pure dominance. Usyk even criticized Dubois's preparation, underlining his unmatched professionalism and skill. Tony Bellew, who once shared the ring with Usyk, highlighted his adaptability. Before facing Dubois, Usyk essentially custom-built his body to exploit Dubois's...
It's the best Oleksandr Usyk I've actually seen. I think that you got to put him up there, man. That was phenomenal. People talking about age, was he showing signs of wear and tear after the two Fury fights? Well, he answered all those questions. He looked young, he looked fresh, and he made a potentially
slow feet. That's elite-level IQ and discipline. Bellew argued that Fury's unpredictability is useless against someone like Usyk, who can recalibrate mid-fight like a machine. This adaptability makes him dangerous. He evolves every time he steps into the ring. After two grueling wars with Fury, Usyk showed no signs of wear. Instead, fans saw the best version of him yet. Eddie Hearn summed it up, Usyk doesn't just handle pressure, he flips it on its head. Against Dubois, who came out swinging in the first round, Usyk stayed calm, adjusted instantly, and began walking him down. Piece by piece he dismantled Dubois. That's not just a fighter, that's a ring general. Usyk has dismantled Joshua, Fury, and Dubois multiple times. Nobody gets lucky twice, let alone 3 times. He studies you, breaks you down, and finishes you when there's nothing left to give.
Usyk was under pressure in the first round because Dubois comes out fast like he did against AJ, and if he catches you, you're in trouble. And I think just after that, he just decided basically, I'm not going to go on the back foot anymore. I'm going to take the fight to Dubois. And he just kind of beat him up. And obviously stops him. I mean, he's beaten AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice.
First round against Dubois might have rattled others, but for Usyk, it only woke up a monster. From that moment, it became a calculated demolition, cold, clinical, and inevitable. If Fury believes he can bully his way through a trilogy fight, he should rethink his entire approach. Usyk doesn't crack under pressure. He thrives in it. Conor Ben even put Usyk in the same conversation as Muhammad Ali. When I bring up Ali in the same breath as Usyk, it's not for shock value. It's earned. And he's right. Usyk's record is museum-worthy. Unified cruiserweight champion, heavyweight conqueror, and giant slayer on multiple occasions. He's not just beating opponents, he's beating the best in their prime. Ben went further, calling Usyk the best heavyweight right now. Who's left to argue? Fury's been beaten twice. Joshua was handled twice. Dubois was embarrassed. In a division obsessed with brute force, Usyk is redefining what heavyweight dominance looks like, fighting with grace, movement, and surgical precision. Ali wasn't just a fighter. He was a thinker, a strategist, an artist.
Usyk, best heavyweight there is currently, and I don't see anybody beating him.
Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? It's not a crazy thing to say, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't really do the comparisons. Do you know what I mean? But I do think he's one of the best currently now to do it.
Who do you want to see Usyk fight next, or just sail off?
He can sail off into the sunset, and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him. I'm just watching him. I'm going, oh my god, like that's God-given.
Checks all the same boxes. And while comparing eras will always spark debate, it's no longer far-fetched to place Usyk in that conversation. He's rewriting the standard for greatness at heavyweight. Perhaps the scariest part, Usyk still seems to be improving. Ajit Kabayel recently spoke about Usyk's brutal precision. He warned that Usyk isn't just slick, he's powerful. People mistake his style for finesse, but as Kabayel said, every jab and right hand is thrown to end you. He also noted that Usyk's movement isn't running, it's setting traps. Once you're caught, he doesn't just outbox you, he overwhelms you. Kabayel's chilling summary, Alexander will stop you fast. The Dubois fight is proof. One moment, Usyk was absorbing shots. The next he was walking Dubois down, systematically taking him apart. That's what makes Usyk different. Every round is another step toward total control. Legacy, it's already carved in stone. Johnny Nelson might warn Oleksandr Usyk to think twice before a trilogy with Tyson Fury, but Usyk has already proven twice that the Gypsy King's tricks don't work on him.
Easy performance from Oleksandr Usyk, he stopped the fight early, but I say this before, Daniel Dubois makes so much pressure, too much pressure, he not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, and he not defends himself, but you see the result, Oleksandr Usyk stopping fast.
Did it surprise you how early Alexander got the stoppage?
Yes, before the fight, I never say this is, he come to stop him so early, but after the first round, I say the first.
Fury's chaos, mind games, and rule bending couldn't shake Usyk the first time, and they certainly didn't the second. Usyk is built to neutralize that storm, calm, precise, and in complete control. Teddy Atlas, never one to sugarcoat, summed it up perfectly. Usyk knows how to win. Atlas wasn't talking about just surviving. He meant winning at the highest level. After losing a round to Fury, most fighters would reset or panic. Not Usyk. He studied Fury in real time, adjusted mid-fight, and turned the tide. That's not just skill. That's genius-level fight IQ. Atlas's message was simple. Watch how a true winner operates. Usyk doesn't need theatrics. He soaks up your best shots, processes every detail, and then fires back with something worse. This ability to collect data each round and dismantle opponents separates great fighters from legends. Lennox Lewis reinforced the mental edge Usyk brings. At this level, it's not about who's bigger or hits harder.
Usyk does what he does. He finds a way to win. And I turned to my son. He lost the 5th round, Usyk, and it was a big round for Fury. I turned to my son and I said, watch what the guy who knows how to win, watch what he does the next round. My son was like,
it's about who thinks better under pressure. By that measure, Lewis sees Usyk as the superior fighter. Fury may enter the ring more serious than ever, but seriousness alone doesn't win fights. Execution does. And Usyk has already outfought, outtimed, and outlasted Fury twice. Not because he's stronger, but because he's smarter. When a heavyweight legend like Lewis refuses to pick against Usyk, it says everything. He knows greatness, and he sees it in the undefeated, undisputed Ukrainian who conquered cruiserweight and slayed heavyweight giants, while still improving. Duke McKenzie has been just as blunt. No ifs, no buts. Usyk beat Tyson Fury twice. The second fight wasn't close. All 3 judges scored it for Usyk. McKenzie dismissed Fury's post-fight claims of being robbed, calling them delusional. This wasn't about opinion.
That'd be the most fight that I want next.
In England? Thank you, everyone.
In England, for sure.
I
only want a fucking fair fight. I don't want any favours. I want a fair fight and a fair result, which I believe and I know I didn't.
How did you score that second fight?
I fucking thought I won it by 5 rounds.
It was official professional scoring, unanimous both times. Mackenzie didn't just defend the wins, he dismantled the narrative. Usyk didn't scrape by. He dismantled the myth of Fury. He absorbed everything the Gypsy King had and answered with disciplined clinical brilliance. This rivalry isn't level anymore. The chapter in many ways is already closed. If a third fight happens, it's not about settling a controversy, it's about making history. Usyk versus Fury 3 could be the defining trilogy of the modern heavyweight era. But let's be clear, Usyk has already outclassed Fury mentally, technically, and tactically. This isn't just a battle of fists, it's a war of IQs. Usyk has shown he can adapt mid-fight, absorb Fury's best, and return fire with surgical precision. He's handled the pressure, the chaos, and the size disadvantage, and still walked away the clear winner. Now comes the final act. Fury is wounded, humiliated, and unpredictable. A dangerous mix. Another loss could destroy the Gypsy King myth, but if he pulls off the unthinkable, he flips the script and revives his legacy. The question is who truly wants it more? Who has more to prove?
Oleksandr Usyk has got Tyson Fury's number because he's beaten him twice. The powers that be, we're talking about the ringside judges, they don't make things up. You know, they allegedly got the best of the best to referee and to judge that fight. So 3 judges, one can't get it wrong, one could possibly get it wrong, but the other 2 didn't. And it was the second fight was a unanimous decision. So for me, there's no ifs, no buts, no maybe.
Prove. Who has already shown the heart of a champion? The answer is Usyk. Calm, composed, unshakable. This final fight is about more than belts. It's for legacy, for greatness, for immortality. And if Fury thinks he can bluff his way to redemption with mind games, he'll need far more than talk. Because this time, Usyk won't just beat him. He could end the debate forever. So where do you stand? Will Oleksandr Usyk shut the door on this rivalry once and for all, cementing his place among the greatest heavyweights in history? Or will Tyson Fury pull off the ultimate redemption and rewrite the story? The war of words has begun. The war in the ring could be won for the ages.